Hey you guys, I'm going to show you today how you can go about adding in evidence into your Seesaw app. So when you come to me for our self-reflective conference, you are ready to go because that is one of the requirements. Now the first thing you want to do, if you look off to the left-hand side of my screen, you'll notice I have two iPads that are up here. On my left-hand side, you see Schoology is up, and I am in the social studies course. The first thing you should want to do is have access to the rubric that I left you. That way you know what standards you are working towards. So to find it, you go to the immigration folder and you want to go to the assignment called Unit Immigration, Submit All Work and Project here. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. And then at the top, you're going to go to Submissions. And this is going to pull up the rubric. Now you can see all the standards that are associated. To view a standard, excuse me, you're simply going to touch on the I next to the standard itself in the column of criteria. And that's going to open it up. Now at the very top is going to be in the teacher language that's hard to understand. But if you go into the ratings area where it says number 3, this is how you guys define the standard in class in student-friendly language. So you can clearly read that. It says, I can clearly and accurately answer my essential question related to a topic of study, and I use clear examples and proof to support my answer. So what you want to do is find evidence of this standard. Now, this is Social Studies Goal 16. I'm going to give you a tip. Every single assignment you've ever done relates to this standard. So anything you put into Seesaw, you should automatically put in Goal 16 in the comment section because everything works towards that standard. Let's go to the next one. The next one, if I touch on it, this one tells me that I can use various forms of technology to demonstrate my understanding through the unit of study. And then there's examples of TouchCast, App Smashes, Canvas, etc. Again, you're going to go through your work and you're going to look for examples of evidence that you can put into Seesaw. Once you find an example, you're then going to open up the Seesaw app. So on my other iPad to the right is my other iPad. I am going to open up the Seesaw app by doing a search for it. And when it opens, I am going to find, I'm actually going to go ahead and touch on the plus sign to make a submission. And let's say I want to submit a photo. Actually, I'm going to go to my camera roll. I'm going to touch on my camera roll to access my photos. And let's say, I want to go ahead and, submit this little guy. I'm going to touch on him to go ahead and submit him. And then I'm going to press the check mark up in the corner. And I'm going to find my name. Put a check mark next to it, hit the check mark again, and then I'm going to put it in the folder. Check mark the folder I want to put it in, and then it uploads. Now what I'm going to do, so this way, this is helpful to me when I'm going to get ready to meet with me about my self-assessment. I'm going to make a comment in here so I know what it is I want to talk to me about. And it can be very simple. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic. I can put on here Goal 16 and technology standard. If I want, I can even sit there and put in something else, like a little description of why you think that this is good evidence that you're meeting the standard. Remember, the more evidence you have for each standard, the stronger your case is going to be for your self-assessment. It's that simple to do. Now let's say you are going to, you had some stuff for primary sources because that's one of our standards. You can do the same thing, except you're going to go into Go Formative and you're going to find one of the activities that you've done. And all you're going to do is you're going to find examples of your questions that you thought you answered really well. And all you have to do is take a screenshot of it and then go back into Seesaw and upload it once again, but this time add in goal 16 again because goal 16 applies to every single standard, and then put in the primary source standard, and then again, simply explain why you think that these are good pieces of evidence to support that standard. And that's really all there is to it. And you're going to repeat that process all the way through for all these standards. Now, at the end, for like collaboration and assignments and responsibility and organization, you can have examples of that, but you're going to be more talking to me about this. For example, collaboration. If you worked on a group project and you guys accomplished it and it was really good, that's a piece of evidence. You can submit that group project into Seesaw and use that as evidence. If you don't have it, grab it from a teammate. Assignments. This might be a discussion that we have. Have you been doing all of your assignments? Have you been completing all of your assignments? Have you been being responsible in class? Having your iPad charged all the time? Coming with your proper materials? Are you organized? And then we can go ahead and self-assess you based on that. So that's all there really is to this. I mean, it's not that complicated. It's about looking at each standard, touching on the information button, the I, reading what it says, and then finding examples of work that you've done, either in, Canva, on Twitter, on Schoology, in Formative. Anything that we have done is up for grabs. All right? Best of luck. Oh, and by the way, don't forget, when you get to the argumentative essay part, the argumentative essay that you did for an assessment is good, along with my feedback, and also the project that you did as well with your group all works for it. So I'm trying to give you as much help as I can to prepare you. The rest is now up to you. Best of luck, you guys.